Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Fight to Unite podcast. My name is Aaliyah Freeman, and I am your host. I'm so excited to share with you today's podcast. We have a special guest on board, Miss Kacoya White.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Fine.
It's good to see you.
Thanks.
Well, before I go into having some conversation with Kakoya, I just want to say thank you to all of our consistent listeners who are always with us on a weekly basis. Today, I am so excited to share with you today's topic on how you can better your beauty business with using a virtual assistant. So today we have Kacoya White on our podcast today, and she's going to share with us a little bit about virtual assistant. So Kacoya, first, before we even jump into virtual assistant, one thing I want to ask you is you could just tell our audience who you are and a little bit about what you do.
Well, my name is Kacoya White. I am a virtual assistant, owner of Persistence Virtual Assistant. And basically what I do is help small businesses and entrepreneurs with their day-to-day tasks throughout their business. So they may need help with email marketing, website, light bookkeeping, invoicing, contract, anything along those lines that will help you continue to move their business forward in order for them to see success. I come in, help them with those tasks, and I'm Persistence Virtual Assistant.
Awesome. So it almost sounds like to me a little bit of like admin assistant work, right?
Exactly.
But it's virtually.
It's virtually. So I do everything from home. From time to time, I may have to meet up, but 99% of the time, it's definitely from home. Everything is virtual, Zoom, Google Meets. Anything that we need to talk and discuss is definitely going to be virtual. Yes.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about how you got started with virtual assistant. Like, this is something new, and a lot of our audience may not be familiar with what virtual assistant is. So just shed some light on how you got started.
Well, virtual assistant became more popular. It's always been around, but it became more popular during COVID. And but for myself, I got introduced to virtual assistant last year. I had a client that invited me to a group, a Facebook group, and everyone was talking about virtual assistant. So I went, searched the group for virtual assistant, and I immediately went online, went to Google and searched virtual assistant. And immediately I was like, yes, this is what I need to be doing. I should have been doing this. And from there, I created Persistence Virtual Assistant. And I'm about 9 months in now, and the business is going good. It's thriving. And but I want to tell you how I came up with the name Persistence. Well, my husband really came up with the name Persistence Virtual Assistant. The first name I had was already taken. So I was so into and focused into being a virtual assistant because this is something that I absolutely love to do. And I was up 5:30 for like a week and a half straight. And my husband said, I said, baby, I need another name. He said, Persistence. And I was like, persistence? He's like, yeah, because you've been like really persistent in getting this stuff done, getting everything that needed to be done, contracts, invoices, whatever that needed to be done for the business. I was up and I was doing it. And I said, okay, I got Persistence Virtual Assistant. So that's how I came up with my name. I get that question a lot too. How did I come up with Persistence Virtual Assistant? So that's how I came up.
That is very different too. Like, it definitely describes a little bit about who you are, but also too, I think the name even attract those who are looking for someone that is persistent.
Exactly. Yeah. Who is exactly. Absolutely. I agree.
So were you ever doing any type of assistant type work like in your childhood, or like, did this just happen like during the pandemic?
So when I was a young girl, my dad used to be a truck driver. And so after he would finish writing his mileage, he would give me the carbon paper. I would take the carbon paper and create fake play invoices, contracts, receipts, and things of that nature.
Wow.
And so I think I was doing that at like 9 or 10 years old.
Mhm.
9 or 10 years old, I was doing that. And so I always, from that moment on, I always knew that being an assistant, being a businesswoman during that time, because I
Mhm.
didn't know anything about assistant. So being a businesswoman is something that I always wanted to do. So, and I would just remember in my room, I had this white desk. I had my pens. I just had my desk set up at 9 years old as
Wow.
if I was a businesswoman owning my own business. And so from that point on, this is what I wanted to do. And then ninth grade came. I learned about computers, technology, and I think we was learning Word, Microsoft Word,
Okay.
and just seeing how technology works back then in ninth grade. I
Mhm.
fell in love with technology. So I love computers. I love technology. Um, anything computer, I love.
Okay.
So and here is persistent virtual assistant. So I definitely feel like I've been destined to do this because I started at such a young age
Okay.
in my room at my white desk.
Yeah.
So
Well, I definitely gotta say, one thing that I recognize is that the things that we are really called to do,
mhm,
it always starts at childhood.
mhm,
Sometimes we overlook them.
mhm,
Most stylists, you may notice that you were playing with your doll's hair back when you were a kid, or you may was braiding or doing family members' hair, or maybe, kind of we're
mhm.
like
Yeah,
people
true.
person as a child. All of these things, your gifts are hidden as a
Mhm,
child. And I
mhm.
think it's such a great
Yeah.
thing that you were doing this since nine
Yes,
years
I was about
old.
19 years old doing this. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So the fact that you've been doing this since 9 years old and you've now come to recognition that this is something that you want to do,
Mhm,
I want to definitely tap into some conversation
mhm.
on how virtual assistant can actually work for us in the
Okay.
beauty industry,
Mhm.
right,
It
guys?
sure can.
Because
It can.
as an experienced master cosmetologist, I've noticed that it's so many tasks to be done, and if you are there are different types of stylists in the industry or professionals in the industry. We have different types of structured salons,
Mhm,
and not all salons are going to give you everything you need.
mhm,
Although this may be a desire, but there are some salons that doesn't provide that support.
mhm,
So when I think about virtual assistant, I'm recognizing that this actual this actual virtual assistant can actually help us
mhm. It
on how
can.
we can better our beauty, our just better our business as professionals.
Mhm.
So, Kakoya, share with us what are some ways that virtual assistant can help a master cosmetologist, a nail tech, or maybe even a lash tech. What are some things that you feel like your services can help us with so that we can actually become better in the beauty industry?
So that's a great question. With everybody being very busy, I feel like since COVID, everybody's busy. Like we're just continuously going, going, going. And one of the things that I can think of is scheduling, helping cosmetologists with scheduling. A lot of times, as the customer, we wait longer than we would like to wait.
Mm-hmm.
And we get and understand that, you all are, working and moving as fast as you can, but sometimes it can become excessive.
Yeah.
And instead of waiting 30 minutes, we end up waiting an hour, 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so with having better management skills with your calendar, I think that is a great way that a virtual assistant can come in and assist and help manage the calendar. I honestly feel like maybe clients or customers shouldn't wait longer than 30 minutes.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's possible, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely no longer than 30 minutes, just like when you go to the doctor office.
Mm-hmm.
We end up getting impatient after a while. So when we're sitting there waiting to get our hair done as well, we're going to end up getting impatient. Some people can walk out and leave just as if you were at a doctor's office.
Yeah.
They'll walk out and leave and, just reschedule. I don't come back, find a different doctor. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely scheduling management.
Okay. Now I gotta admit and agree with you. Time management is a very common problem in the beauty industry. And I don't think that actually is something that's intentionally done on purpose, but I think it is done due to not understanding how to manage, right, guys? Not knowing how to manage those, your actual schedule.
Okay.
So one thing that I recognize is duration of understanding how long it takes for each service to be serviced for different clients can change based upon hair type, density, services. And so listening to the services that you offer, I really see this as a way where maybe, you can probably help us unpack how long these services cost. I mean, how long these services are. And then too, how much time does it take to actually service each client?
And I think that even if we were told, hey, I'm running a little behind, can you give me extra 15 minutes? If you like, you can go grab some lunch and come back, and the wait shouldn't be much longer. So I think along with communication with the client can also help as well.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. What other services do you feel like outside of time management and scheduling is it that you can help as far as like administration to better our business?
As far as administration, you all have events and classes. So helping with that, sending out receipts, scheduling, ordering supplies for that particular class, whatever behind the scenes that you would need assistance with that particular class. Virtual assistant can definitely assist with that as well.
Love it. Yeah. That is awesome. So if I feel like, as a stylist, if you're trying to take it to the next level, or maybe you may be a nail tech, and like you said, you want to offer a class, these are some great ways on how you can input and actually invest in a virtual assistant that can actually help you with being able to take on more while doing less. Because you have someone on board. So can you provide an example of a project that you've worked with?
Yes.
That and how you use your services and how was that a great benefit to.
Yeah, actually, recently I had a client that needed assistance with the bridal show.
Okay.
And she contacted me. We did a discovery call, and she gave me everything that she needed. And she needed this stuff within like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks it was at max. And I helped her with business card, a trifold brochure, a banner, step and repeat banner, a digital slideshow. And she also she also helped her with a website page. Just a one page where when the clients are at the bridal show, they can scan the QR code. That particular QR code will take them to an actual page on her website where they can go in and sign up and do everything digitally. I love technology.
Yeah.
So when I did that, I was like, oh, I was actually pretty shocked by it too, but it was just so cool just to see, okay, this is simple, easy, because when you got different vendors that you got to go to this station, sometimes you need things to be quick. You don't have time to get a pen and write things down.
Okay.
And then also creating a QR code for contact information where it had her name, her website, address, phone number, everything on there, all the contact details that particular bride may need, if they decide to choose her, later on once they go back to the destination.
Awesome.
Yes.
That sounds like to me, it's almost like filling in the gap, because as a stylist, sometimes it is very common for professionals to focus more on their craft and less on their business. Not all the time is it on purpose, but I think it's more so of just thinking about, okay, how can I be sure that I'm presenting my craft well? And one thing that I gotta say, as a professional, you cannot do everything. And to make sure that things are done well, you need people on your team that sees your vision, hears your vision, and can help you execute the vision. So how do you handle like difficult clients, and what steps do you take to to help with those conflicts or misunderstandings? Like, so in the beauty industry, we deal with clients all the time. What services or how can you actually help with making sure that we are actually, putting things in place for those clients that are difficult or that does deal with conflict?
So basically, if I was assisting and being a part of the customer service portion of that, listening to the client, providing multiple, at least 3 solutions to help make the situation better, and
Okay.
have the customer choose, what is it that you would like? How can we make this better? And based off what they say, you can provide 3 solutions that they can choose from to try to, move the situation forward. But definitely listening, putting yourself in their shoes, and taking accountability. If it was something that was my fault, I should take accountability, and it shouldn't happen again. It doesn't need to happen again. If it was, outside of cosmetology hair, something, it just shouldn't happen again. So basically speaking with the client, listening to them, putting yourself in their shoes, and pretty much making the situation better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So conflicts is a lot is very, it's not something that can be taught, it's something that you have to experience. And one thing that I recognize is in salons or in the beauty industry, period, there are a lot of complaints out there about how people are tired of some of the same common issues that we are facing daily. So hiring a virtual assistant is a great benefit to you because I feel like you can definitely give insight on or maybe business knowledge, sharing things in a different point or way where you see what the actual professional is doing, but you hear the voice of the client and how you can bring them together to make sure that the business works. So I really believe having a virtual assistant is almost like key.
It can be, yes, absolutely. So your customers, for customer satisfaction, and I'm real big on customer satisfaction.
Okay.
I'm that person that if I feel like the situation not going my way, I want to speak to the manager. And if that ain't not happening correctly, I want to speak to that. Like, I am really big on customer service, but there also still has to be a balance because for one, nothing is free. So no, if it's totally 100% my fault and we definitely have to go that route at another appointment, 50% off, then, okay. And of course that would be approved by, the company that I'm, would be assistant. But I'm definitely big on customer service. So yeah.
So what do you feel like are some key customer service pointers that would help better a business in the beauty industry? What are some customer service things that you spot on that you think we should improve?
Number one, when a customer walks in the door, you speak.
Oh, hello. Yes.
You should definitely speak to, and whether it's your customer or someone that's working with your customer, but someone, not everybody doesn't have to necessarily speak, but someone should definitely acknowledge that the person is there.
I love
so that would be
Yes.
definitely number one.
Okay.
Number two, someone will be with you shortly. Who are you here for? Someone will be with you shortly. Communicating if you're running a little behind.
Okay.
Speaking with them about their hair as you washing their hair, as they're sitting in the chair. What's your hair routine? What is it that you do at night? What do you use on it? What do you tie your hair up with? Is it nylon, cotton? All of that falls into great customer service, and just building a relationship with the customer. It shouldn't always be about the money, but building relationship and lasting relationships, and that's how cosmetologists that's been in the business for 30-40 years, they still have clients because they build relationships. And that's what's important.
That is important. That is important, guys. These are some good pointers. I've seen these things with my own eyes. I think too, clients are looking for people who are not just servicing them, like styling their hair or just doing their nails. They're actually looking for a relationship, just like you mentioned. One thing that I've noticed is that, we I feel like back in the day, salons used to have a lot of receptionists, they saw the need for that to have a receptionist at the front desk, right? But now we live in a time now where it's very rare that you see one.
It is.
It's very rare. But I don't think that it's a disadvantage. I think it have now opened up the space for virtual assistants. Because although if you are in a salon that does not have that receptionist at the front desk, you know, we have different structured salons. So some will have a receptionist, some may not. But I think if there is not, it leaves room for you to invest in a virtual assistant. Because even though a virtual assistant is not there physically, they're there virtually to still take on and handle
any questions or issues.
Love it.
Someone could call and say, I'm lost. Where exactly is it? Here I am, and direct them to exactly, you know, where to go.
Awesome. So, guys, I did not know that a virtual assistant can do so many things that can pretty much help you make more money because you are flowing accordingly. Let's go back a little bit. I remember when you were talking about you was 9 years old and you were saying you had things organized on your desk and you were like, I just kept hearing organization. Now, as a professional, makeup artist, hairstylist, if you're mobile in a salon, we're dealing with so many products. We're dealing with so many clients. We're dealing with having to keep our station clean, sanitized, our products cleaned and sanitized. I can say it is very common to be disorganized very quickly if you're not intentionally focusing on organizing daily. So what ways can you actually provide service of organization to help us with bettering our beauty business?
Well, you know, it is hard. It can be hard, I should say, to get organized and to stay organized. And one thing that I can say that it's going to take consistency. But first off, evaluating your week. On Sundays. Mondays are off days. So evaluate your week. And then taking it down day by day. What is it that you need? Do I need to order this product this week? Maybe Monday's going in the salon, and if it's a salon that sell product, doing inventory. You know, so now you know you need to order more shampoo, you need to order more conditioner, hair color, go to the hair store. So doing that on Mondays. Every business, in my opinion, should have an admin day. Mondays should be the hair industry admin days if you're not seeing clients. Check your products, check your schedule and your clients. Maybe you need to call somebody and maybe reschedule. Maybe you need to see if they can come in early. Maybe you just realize, oh, I double booked. I got 3 people at 4 o'clock. Maybe I can have her come in at 6. You never know. It may work out for both of you, you know. So pretty much basically just looking at your week, Mondays for the entire week, breaking it down day by day.
Okay.
Yes.
I love it. I think that is so good because it's like once the client come in the door, you're like busy, and especially if you're a busy and booked professional, you may notice that it is hard to sit down and actually think about the admin type of work to do. So actually intentionally going in on an off day would be a great plan to be sure that you can do it successfully and so that you can work within your business.
Exactly.
You know?
Absolutely. Exactly.
So I think that's really good. One thing that I would want you to definitely share with us, in what ways do you plan to offer your services to the beauty industry, and how can they connect with you if they're looking for a virtual assistant?
Definitely schedule management, assisting you all in calendar management and scheduling clients, make sure you're not double booking. Project management, have any events coming up, hair show, a class, project management, you can contact me. My website is persistenceva.com. My LinkedIn is my name, actually, Kacoya White. Facebook is Persistence Virtual Assistant. And you can reach me at any of those places. My phone number is 912-412-1353. Email is Kacoya, Kacoya at persistentva.com.
Okay. So I definitely look forward to seeing, more professionals actually invest in this service, just so that you can be able to manage and grow. I can definitely share from experience, hiring a virtual assistant has been a huge benefit of mine of how I have gotten from a place of stuck. It's nothing like being behind the chair, knowing and desiring to do more in the beauty industry, but you just don't have the time or you just don't have the energy to pursue those things that you need to do to take your business to the next level or offer more services for your clients. So you definitely need someone to come on board and that can help you evaluate your business so that you can better it, and grow your business so that you can do more while doing less. So I would definitely say hiring a virtual assistant is going to be a game changer for you as a professional, especially in the times we have today where time is going so fast. You're right. So we gotta literally make sure that we are utilizing our time well by putting people on our team that is going to help us bring and add more value so we can provide what is needed to our clients. All right, so I thank you guys for joining us today, and thank you, Kacoya.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
No problem. It is such an honor to serve you guys on the Fight to Unite podcast. I look forward to having you guys join us again on next week, and we're also going to have a special guest coming in, so stay tuned. Bye.